Welcome to the God Pod with Lord Jamar. Not a hard job to expose the fraud you are. P. Diddy, Kid Cudi, explode your car. Shit get ugly when I unload the scar. But this ain't PUBG. Shout out to my people around the world that love me. Peace to Artie Stacks, Digger, and Godfrey. My people in the chat, all my niggas that got me. Rest in peace, fact checker rage. Got memories that never fade. You are still missed to this day. Sever with my blade, what gets in my way. Never be a tether, this is FBA. I got games for whoever wanna play. Spit flames for forever and a day. Shit changed, then you better get away. You know my name, motherfucker, is Lord J.
Hey. Yeah. What's good, family? We back. E. Cannon. Y'all see what it is. Y'all see what it is. Shad Haynes, peace. Trap the Get On. Hey. A1 Drizzy in the hizzy. Hey. Black Power. King Kyrie, peace, my son. Yeah. All right, peace. What's good? Welcome back to the God Pod with Lord Jamar. I am Lord Jamar. Come on in if you like. Let's chat. All right. Yep. Love you too, son. Come on in. Let's kick it. You see the colors. You see what's going on. I told y'all. I said Knicks in 6. I think a lot of us said Knicks in 6 because it rhymed. I think we said Knicks in 6 because it rhymed. But we knew that the Knicks was going to seal the deal. That's what we did know. Hey, Leah Sawyer. How are you? Good to see you as always. So, yeah. After 53 years of waiting, I was 5 years old the last time the Knicks won a championship. Wow. I now have grown children. I have a grandson. That's how long it took for these dudes to win the chip again. But through all that time, for true New York Knicks fans, you know, we always had glimmers of hope. Like I said, you know, we had the Ewings and the Spreewells and the Carmelos and the John Starks and the the Oakleys, the Larry Johnsons, you know, the Nate Robinsons, and you know, we had a lot of dope players. We had Stephon Marbury, a hometown hero. You know, we had a lot of glimpses of greatness, but it never quite seemed to solidify and come to fruition until now. Turkish death threat. Peace. Was good. So, yes, Bernard King. I'm sorry. Come on, we can go back even further. You know, Walt Clyde Frazier, Moses Malone, shit, what Bill Bradley? Wasn't he on the Knicks? Bill Bradley. Give you a white boy. Dr. Bashar Wilson. I know, grandkids, right? Sounds fucking crazy, right? Yeah, I got a grandson. Derrick Rose, Jason Kidd. Yeah, shit, you're right. Forgot about that. So, Cole Rush said hip-hop lived and died within 53 years' time. To resurrected it, make it ours. Okay. Somebody said that chip was staged. You know, so you're reading all of this shit about, yeah, Maury Stoudemire. That's another one. You're reading all of this shit about in the Epstein files, they had all to show that the NBA was rigged, and apparently, you know, the Knicks were supposed to win this year, and that they could be using magnetic balls and rims and shit like that. Listen, I don't put it past none of these motherfuckers to be doing something as underhanded as that. But I gotta be honest with you. I really don't give a fuck. The Knicks won by any means necessary. So I don't give a fuck. Peace, Silk Child. I don't give a fuck if y'all think that the shit was rigged and they was using magnetic shit and all of that. You know, in my mind, yeah, it was rigged in a way, but not because of y'all. You know what I mean? It was rigged because the power of my brother, who was one of the greatest Knicks fans, who I just told y'all last show had passed away right after we swept Cleveland. And he was out there as the sixth man. Oh, yeah. He was out there. He was the one that lifted OG up for that 1-point game. Yeah, he lifted him and helped him tip that in. Yeah, he did that. He did that. Okay? So this was some shit that once my brother passed, I knew they had to win. I knew they had to win. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Once my physical transcended and became one of the ancestors, that energy went into that whole situation and blessed it. Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie. When they won, it was tears of joy coming down my face. You know what I mean? Not so much for me or even for the Knicks, but more for my brother. More for my brother. Because I know the happiness he would have felt being able to sit there and experience it in this realm. But he was able to experience it, be a part of it. But yeah. Peace, Queen Shelly. I see you. How you? Hey, be on this glorious day. Congratulations to you on your continued weight loss journey. You keep that up. You hear? We love you. Yeah. So, although, like I said, he wasn't able to experience it in this realm, he experienced it. And I already know that his presence is around. You know what I mean? It's crazy. We had the funeral this past Friday. After the funeral, we had a tree dedication. There's a tree in Nourishell in Hudson Park that's going to have a plaque with his name on it next to a friend of his that had passed away some years ago. But anyway, after that, we went to the repast and, eating. And at some point, it starts raining real quick. And then after it rained, went outside. And that's my word. I mean, I got the fucking flick. Yo, there was a double rainbow right over the venue that we was at. Like, nah. I'm talking right over this bitch. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that fucking? Maybe y'all can see one of the rainbows faintly. You see that bitch? Come on. Like perfectly over where we was at? Nah. That was crazy. Oh yeah, we can talk about that debate in a few with the youngsters. So trust me, he's good. And he sent a sign. So yeah, I just want to congratulate the New York Knicks for an excellent job. Well done. Captain Clutch, like they said, your man Jalen Brunson. What somebody just said. Oh yeah, Turkish Death Threat said Jalen, aka Captain Crunch, led the horses to water. God damn it, they drank. Yes, we drank. We drank and we quenched our thirst for victory. You know, this was such a team effort, even though, you know, it was ironic because at the end, Jalen did kind of have to put it on his back at the end. You know what I mean? But we couldn't have got there without everybody. Everybody provided something special to the collective. And it's funny because, you know, all of these guys, most of these guys on his team are like throwaway guys. People that others didn't really believe in. Do you see these videos of Josh Hart? And he's on these other teams and they not giving him no pounds and shit like that. Like, huh? Come on, man. You got to go where you're appreciated. And when you end up where you're appreciated, a lot of times certain qualities can be unlocked. Yeah. But see now, what makes you be appreciated, right? Because you can't be appreciated just for appreciation's sake, right? Josh Hart is not appreciated in New York just because he's Josh Hart. No. We appreciate him for his work ethic, how hard he works, how he'll put himself on the line for his teammate, how he's going for every rebound and will dive for balls. You know, that's the type of shit that makes you appreciated. You're not going to be appreciated just because you exist. You must put in the work for people to be able to appreciate you and to want to have you on their team. And every player on the Knicks exemplifies that. They know what they do will affect their teammate. So they try to work as hard and as best they can in order for the team to have success. That's right. That's the only way everyone grows. Because if one player makes it all about themselves, if Brunson would have made it all about himself, he would have took that extra $100 million. He turned down $100 million so that the franchise was able to bring in other players, other help, to bring him help. He could have been ego and he could have just went for self and said, oh, it's all about me. Let's make this all about me. He said, nah, I got enough money. Peace, Petty Pendergrass. He said, yeah, I got enough. You take that 100 and let's improve this whole thing as a whole. Because I know as good as a player I might believe I am in my mind, I know I can't do this by myself. And anybody, I don't care if it's a solo rapper, anybody that you might see by themselves is not by themselves. Like anybody that's successful always has a team. Always has a team. They're not just doing this shit on their own. That's right. That's right, Doc. Knicks were locked in with that 0-0 mentality during the playoffs. No clowning around either. When we was up, nobody was acting cocky. Yeah, we up 3-1. You know what I mean? Nah, it's 0-0 in our minds. Because where you live in your mind dictates the reality of where you live in this physical world. So if the situation is more imperative in your mind, then you're going to play that way. If it's not so imperative, you're going to play that way. So, you know, I think why this team has really captured the imagination of the people, and not just in New York. I think, I think this transcends basketball, because this is truly an underdog story. You got dudes on here that lost their parents and all kind of shit. OG lost his moms and his pops. Cat lost his moms. You know what I mean? They was talking shit about Brunson from the minute the Knicks signed him. Like, come on, man. This is an underdog story, and it lets you know that hard work and belief in yourself, that you can do anything that you put your mind to. So let this be a lesson to us all. I don't give a fuck how many times you went up to bat and struck out. Get your fucking ass up there and swing again, because guess what? You ain't gonna never hit no fucking home run if you're not at the plate. You ain't never gonna hit no threes if you're not out on the court. Whatever sports analogy you need me to use, you ain't never gonna do shit unless you out there actively doing some shit. Nothing's gonna magically happen. These guys practicing when they don't feel like it. That's the type of shit that gets you where you need to go. When you're doing shit that you don't want to do sometimes, but you know you need to do it. And so you have the self-discipline, because all of those guys have to have a self-discipline too in order to be a champion. Anything less is a loser's mentality. And so now we make a choice every day whether to be a winner or a loser. You fucking choose. Because my boys chose to be some fucking woo! I'm feeling good today. I got my fly shit on. I know my bills are paid. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, man. So much good shit came out of this, too. Even that song right there with Mano, and I don't even know who the dude is that looked like French Montana, but, they really they kept showing up. They just kept showing up outside the garden, making them little videos, And eventually what happened with them? They ended up being on the floor of the Garden performing that fucking song. You see what I'm saying? Like even, well, now hold up. Now this brings me to hold up. We do have to talk about this though, because there was a negative side to this shit. Now I was very happy. You know, I liked when that whole thing outside the Garden started to materialize and there were the watch parties outside the Garden. That was great. Was Spike Lee there? Of course he was there. Of course he was there, Shelly. You thought he wasn't going to be there? There was wild season ticket holders from New York that was in San Antonio. Matter of fact, they said about 40% of the tickets sold for that final game 5 were from New York, New Jersey area. Okay? We wasn't fucking around. But I did not like what I was seeing as far as Knicks fans attacking Spurs fans. Now that was super corny. That was super duper corny. Attacking people because they don't root for the team that you root for? Come on, man. Come on, man. See, that was some YN bullshit right there. Like, that was some YN bullshit right there. I saw them attack a brother. He looked about, he could have been 60-something years old. Chased him and he ran into a restaurant to get away from these motherfuckers. All because he got a Spurs jersey on. Oh yeah, I saw the dude with the in the Rodman jersey, who was throwing hands. He was getting busy in that crowd by his motherfucking self. But he was like a Terminator. He's what you call an anecdotal story. Like, not many people was doing what the fuck he was doing. The rest of them Spurs niggas was getting the shit beat out of them. But he was out there fucking some shit up. I must give it to him. But also, I think that was happening in San Antonio, which is why he was able to do that too. See what I'm saying? If he would have been in New York, that was gonna go bad. But yeah, I that was when we took it a little too far. You know what I mean? I was amused by the videos where motherfuckers is just going crazy. Fuck you talking about? New York? Fuck Philly cheesesteaks? You know, like all of that shit was funny. I loved the energy that we was on. But as soon as we started taking it to some physical shit, that's when it's like, whoa. Come on. Like, come on. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, because my brother, Ja Will, he went to game, what was it? 2? He went to game 2, I think, in San Antonio. And we won that game out there. And again, there was a lot of New Yorkers out there. But at one point, I seen a video that he showed me, and there was like a crowd of Spurs fans, and they was like, SPURS. You know what I mean? They was doing some shit. And they was in their little crowd, and he walks over in the midst of their crowd, and he's got his Knicks shit on, and he's like, New York. You know what I mean? New York. And like, nobody touched him. Nobody fucking did nothing to him. It was like, you know what I mean? And he was purposely trying to, you know, Karmelo Anthony these niggas. We're going to get to that in a minute. But you see what I'm saying? He purposely went over in their area. And it's like New York with his Knicks shit on. nobody did nothing to him. You know what I mean? I seen a bunch of people from New York celebrating out in San Antonio. Those dudes be having firearms on and they be having, open carrying shit like that out there. Ain't nobody get shot from New York or you know what I mean? You didn't hear no incidents like that. And now here we go. When they come to our town, we gotta act like lightweight savages. Like, I just want to say, for the record, as a Knicks fan, I did not condone that shit. I do not condone that sucker shit. Because that's what that was. That was some sucker shit. You know what I mean? Ganging up on motherfuckers like that. Oh shit. Let me see. My boy wanted to talk about this. Hang on, let me see if I can get him the link. I can get it today. Oh no. I got my fly shit on. All of my bills is paid. That song's kind of catchy, right? Hang on, what's your email? One second, y'all. I found it. Hang on. All right. Yeah. What'd you say, Leah? The stack ain't even have no business addressing New. Like you saying that. Business addressing New York. Who addressed New York? Yes, Rashawn Green. We got one. Terreno said, craziest part, Texas has open carry. They let New Yorkers make it. Now you run into the wrong Texan. Damn, sheesh. Shout out Jamar for highlighting that foolishness. Yeah, man. Pretty much everyone I spoke to was not in agreement with that shit. You know what I mean? Especially my man Gio, who's coming up right now. He really was like, that was some bullshit niggas was doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I have to agree. Yes, scary hours. I know. There's a lot of people making videos about me right now again. It's okay. It's when nobody makes videos about you that you need to worry, I guess. Huh? Good or bad? Who gives the lovely scary hours? Shout out to New York. Big city of dreams. Yeah, because like, imagine, one of these Spurs fans who got jumped by like 10 motherfuckers trying to rip they shit off. What if he pulled out a gun and started popping motherfuckers? Or what if he pulled out a knife and started stabbing motherfuckers? Would he be in the right? Would he be self-defense? Would that be a self-defense type of thing? I think it would. And now if it was a white boy who did it to a black dude, you see what I'm saying? A lot of us would be screaming racism. When was it really racism? Or was it some motherfuckers doing some shit that they shouldn't have done and fucked around and found out? Would these people been within their right to respond with extreme violence? I say definitely, and it doesn't matter what color they were. Whoever the fuck is attacking me, I'm going to do what I got to do to defend myself. Whatever color they are, it doesn't fucking matter. If they want to cross a certain line, then they have to be ready for the consequences of crossing that line. It's all about boundaries, people. We got to have them. Hang on. You want me to send you the other email, huh? Just join, man. Well, we're going to talk about Karmelo Anthony in a minute. I don't want to even give my thoughts on it yet. Kind of want to hear what y'all think. No, I did not hear that, Terreno. It says, yo, LJ, did you hear about Karmelo Anthony having epilepsy? He's on medication. No, I didn't. But if he does have epilepsy and he's on medication, what are we trying to say there? Did that has some bearing on his case? Whoa, Shelly, what are you talking about? Your ex hit you with a broom. Come on now. That's not nice. So, well, epilepsy, I mean, it's a disability, but I don't think epilepsy affects your judgment. Epilepsy is something where you'll suffer from seizures or some shit like that. But I don't think epilepsy is something that, unless the medication that he was taking could lead him to, the side effects could lead him to making bad choices and shit like that. I don't really see how the epilepsy would come into play. But I want to bring my man Giovanni up here because we was talking earlier and I told him he want to come up and kick it. He could do that. So welcome back to the show, my man Gio. Hang on, where's he at? Add to the stage. How come it's not letting me do it?
Peace. What's good, bro?
What's good? Whoa. What's going on here? Why is it not? Oh, I see. There we go.
I'm good now?
Yeah, we good now. You got your shit turned sideways? Or is it the long one?
My bad.
There we go.
It's better now?
Yeah, much better.
How do I, can I big screen it on mine? Like,
I don't know. See, you on the phone. That's what I told you. That's why I don't like trying to go out.
I should have went on my laptop, but it is what it is.
Right.
Good.
Chilling. So we in here. We were just I was talking about.
I heard epilepsy.
Yeah, well, hang on. we were talking about the bullshit of, Knicks fans attacking Spurs fans. And that now kind of led us into segue into this Karmelo Anthony, because I started talking about, well, what if these Spurs fans pulled out a gun or a knife and tried to defend themselves as this mob of people was attacking them and shit like that, and you got people that's like, yo, tell that to Karmelo Anthony.
That person wouldn't be wrong though.
That's what I said. I don't think they would either.
The person wouldn't be wrong, because I don't think you can measure. I don't think there's a you can measure the reaction to what somebody, how they react to what you do. Like if you put hands on somebody, you can't say, oh, okay, they should react this way. If somebody pull out a hand and clap you, that's on you.
True. The reaction is not going to always be equal or lesser. See, some people think it should be equal or lesser. But sometimes the force can be equal or greater. And that's the greater part is what a lot of people may not be
acceptance
prepared for.
They're not prepared for that. That's a fact.
Right.
But it's all fair game. Like when you listen, man, my mom always told me, man, if you ready to go in that street, get prepared. You can get hit. If you play in the street, you can get hit.
See, because before we really move into this Karmelo Anthony thing, I want to just say that this whole like attacking the Spurs fans and all that, I think that's the only real black eye that this championship has. We earned it very honorably. Not only did we have to defeat these teams, but God damn it, these motherfucking refs was against us. You know what I mean? It seemed like the NBA was against us type of shit. We wasn't out there just fighting against the fucking, you know what I mean? The basketball players. We was fighting against a lot of haters and just people that just didn't believe in this whole shit. But we did it honorably. We did it without fucking lowering ourselves and our standards. You know what I mean? The Knicks wasn't getting into a bunch of fights with people and all type, out on the court and shit like that. Like we just great basketball. That's all we did.
Not only ref was hating on us, my damn ESPN app was hating on me too. That motherfucker kept freezing on me.
Oh, yo, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, one of my shits, my what was it? My Hulu shit.
Yeah, I was watching on Hulu. Like the joint kept wilding on. I said, yo, the Hulu University.
I feel like game 2, it was definitely fucking up on that Hulu shit. I was like, what the fuck?
It's like that shit did not want me to see us win. Like,
yeah,
it was just like hate, and I'm like, damn, yo, the Knicks hater gods was in full effect, bro.
So yeah, it's like this whole that was not honorable. I just want to say, like, that wasn't.
Did you see the? I don't know if that's new or that's something like old footage. They try to like use that as.
Well, I know they hit Wemby with an egg and all this type of shit.
That was low key funny though. I ain't gonna.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. I didn't mind. You know what? I ain't mind that. It was the attacking of the average fans. That was some bullshit. You know what I mean? I mean, I honestly wanted him to put Hawk Porty in there and just have him fucking go after Wembanyama's fucking knee. That was my strategy. Get this motherfucker out of here.
I didn't like him. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like him.
He's a piece of shit.
He comes off like a bully. He's a piece of shit. He's a scumbag.
He's a piece of shit. Yeah. But I'm glad at the end of the day.
But
the righteous
he's gonna be the new face of the NBA, though.
I mean, maybe, maybe.
Because they were treating that boy like the golden child during them games, man. He could not do wrong.
Yo, this guy. All right, I'm gonna put you on timeout, sir. This motherfucker.
Was somebody talking shit in the comments?
He said, "Fuck the Knicks. You better watch your goddamn mouth before you get banned from the damn channel forever, nigga."
But did you see that school bus that caught on that they put on fire? They said, is that new footage or is that old?
No, I don't know. I didn't see it.
I seen like a school bus on fire, and I seen like, a bunch of so-called Knicks fans was like vandalizing the school bus, like hitting the shit with like a scooter, all types of shit.
Here's the thing. And you know what? I'd be curious to know what the crime statistics were back in 1973 when they won. You see what I'm saying? Because New York was fucking wild back then. So I'm just wondering what kind of cutting and shooting and arrests went on.
Oh, probably
after we won that night, because I think they said there were like 64 arrests. There might have been like 4 stabbings, one shooting. Right. To be honest, it's not a lot. You know what I mean? I mean, that's not a lot compared to all the people that was out there. And for like all of New York, all the boroughs and type of shit. You telling me that's all that really happened? Not too bad. Like I knew it was going to be something. I knew there was going to be definitely a lot of vandalism. I think out of the happiness, I feel like people was going to rip signs down and, maybe mailboxes was going to get pulled. I don't know. But I felt like there was going to be vandalism.
But what's the purpose of that though?
It's a fake celebration. It's like, it's people thinking that they're celebrating. So it's just, they're using that excess energy
to just do some bullshit.
Just destroy some shit. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
Just feel like, we won. We could do whatever the fuck we want. Let's roam the streets and go crazy. Nobody can stop us. We're the winners.
What you think about tomorrow, though?
Huh? Oh, see, tomorrow,
gonna be even worse.
In case y'all don't know, so tomorrow is going to be the ticker tape parade in the Canyon of Heroes in Manhattan. Now, I actually have an opportunity to go to that if I so choose, but I'm choosing not to go because
great choice.
I feel like the squeeze is not going to be worth the juice. You understand what I'm saying? Like trying to travel there. That's right, God level. And it's an excuse for them to wreck shit for no reason. Correct. You're trying to get to that area in Manhattan and all of this type of shit. There's going to be so much block closures and this and that and shit. Parking lots might jack this shit up. It's already fucking $60, $70 to park. It's going to be like
$300.
And the World Cup is here. I forgot about that. The World Cup is in New York and all this type of shit. Like, yeah, I think I'm gonna chill with that one.
Yeah, they're about to tell you like $300 for like 2 hours. They're about to violate.
Yeah, and it's just gonna be too much. You know what I mean? It's gonna be too. Well, now, also, I do have the opportunity to watch it from inside of a building and looking down on the shit and be one of the ones.
Journey.
But it's the journey exactly to try to get there and to try to get to this building and navigate all that bullshit. I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. I'm going to watch it on TV with everybody else. I'm going to celebrate with the rest of New York by watching it on TV. But shout out to everybody with the wherewithal to go out there and celebrate your New York Knicks. Have at it. So where is this shit? So like I said, we were talking about attacking, and now this goes into self-defense. So now this goes into the Karmelo Anthony verdict. Karmelo Anthony was found guilty and sentenced to what, 30 years for killing,
Which Karmelo Anthony?
Not the basketball player.
Oh, okay.
The kid from Texas who went into the opposing team's locker room or whatever, or in their area. And when
from
they
the rain,
told him
right?
to leave, when they tried to push him out, he ended up stabbing dude and killing him. Like, so they have this poll feature, and I wanted to put this up and see what y'all think. It says, do you think Karmelo Anthony's verdict was fair? So 1 is yes, it was fair. 2, no, it was unfair. So everybody in the chat right about now, if you'd be so kind as to vote, I would like to see what you guys think about this Karmelo Anthony verdict. I don't want to sway y'all. I just want to see what y'all think, and then I'm going to give y'all my opinion.
Well, I don't know too much about it. I just heard, I guess he was like running from the rain or something like. He went under like somebody's shelter, like in their area or something like. Is that the case?
I mean, we could try to get into what they say the details are. Basically, there was a, what was it, a track meet or some sort of sporting event. And this guy decided that, this guy decided that he wanted to be in the area of the opposing team. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not sure if it was to get out of the rain, like you're saying.
What I heard. Someone
right
told
there.
me that.
Maybe. Traditionally, I don't know why you would want to be on the opposing side. Like, unless you maybe was trying to agitate some bullshit. Okay. So he was over there, even though they said he had permission to be there, something like that. He was on the opposing team side. And when he was asked to leave, he got on some shit, acting like he didn't have to leave. And I guess one of the guys pushed him. Now, this is kind of where you was talking about the force could be equal or greater. You see what I'm saying? So I guess the white boy pushed him to get him out of there. But now homeboy came with greater force and juked homeboy.
Poked him.
And killed him. Yes. And killed him.
Oh, so he bodied homeboy.
He bodied him. He's dead. He's dead. Yeah. Wrong facts? Well, what are the facts? Oh, okay. It was a wrestling event. Okay. There we go. Thank you. Hey, hang on. Let me put this in the chat. Let me put this in the chat. Because if you feel like you have the exact story as to what went on, get your ass in here. Let's talk about it. There. The link is in the chat right now. And if you would like to join us.
You know what I have to say about this, though? Because I heard about the situation. I just heard about the verdict. What's bugging me out is.
Oh, so now they're saying it was a track meet.
It was a track meet. Okay.
It was not a wrestling event.
What bugs me out is how people are so shocked of the verdict. Like, bro, at this point, we gotta understand, like, yo, bro, it's always gonna be the same outcome. Like, a nigga defend himself. As long as you don't got the complexion for the connection, you going to jail. Whether he's in the right or he's in the wrong, like my mom's was talking about it. She was talking to me the other day about it. She's like, oh, heard about this kid that defended himself. They were jumping him. I had to tell my mom. I'm like, yo, listen, man. Like, you gotta understand, man. You playing with the white man, man. Unfortunately, when you go against the white man, he's always gonna show you that he has the upper hand on you, whether you're right or wrong.
I love these little caveats. This says the two twins were suspended and wasn't supposed to be there. Okay, but he wasn't supposed to be there either.
Who, the kid that's going to jail?
Huh?
The kid that's going to jail?
The kid that's going to jail wasn't supposed to be in their tent. These guys are saying that in this comment right here, I mean, this is my first time hearing that, but they're saying that one of the guys that got killed, because I think it was two twin brothers, and one of them got stabbed, because I think the two brothers may have approached this guy. Again, I need more shit, but somebody's saying that they were suspended and weren't supposed to be there. Even if that was the case, you see what I'm saying? He wasn't supposed to be there either, so that kind of equals each other out. It cancels each other out. You understand what I'm saying? So, and now somebody's saying that's not true. They said the twins were suspended week prior to that.
Whether they were suspended or not, he was on their side where he shouldn't have been.
Now somebody said it was 4 verse 1.
That's what I heard.
Okay. So let me ask you something. Have you ever fought more than one nigga in your lifetime?
Yeah, I fought the most I fought was 2 at a time.
Because shit, we just saw a video of a Spurs dude fighting damn near a whole arena full of motherfuckers, and he didn't pull out no fucking knife. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you gotta keep in mind though, homeboy, he's a little older. You can't speak about these YNs today. They don't have the heart for that, bro.
And that's part of the problem.
The YNs and the YCs, they don't have the heart for that.
That's part of the problem.
They don't have, bro. You punch a little young boy in his mouthpiece, he's going to kill you, bro. He's gonna shoot you, bro.
So right now, as I look at this poll, I'm not sure how many people have, participated. We only have 73 people in the chat. But it says 33% say yes, it was fair, and 67% say no, it wasn't fair. Now, wait? Is this Giovanni or somebody else? Because you're Giovanni, and now there's somebody named Giovanni in the chat right now. So I kind of, from what I can gather of this,
what do you think about the situation?
Yeah, I kind of feel like homeboy was in there to start some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Got approached. Knew he had a knife too. See, that's what will embolden you too sometimes when you got some shit on you.
Yeah.
When you walk in, I've been in parties back in the days, and I know I got my hammer on me, and it just makes me feel,
invincible, and your vibrato is crazy.
Oh, just a little more, yeah. Like fuck that. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me, motherfucker. I got a hammer on me right now.
Facts.
Well, I got a bang on. Whatever the fuck you got on you, that shit will make you feel a little more like, I wish a nigga would type of shit.
Yeah.
I feel like he was there for negative reasons. Now I hear you, Bashara. Now this is only where the epilepsy comes in, because they're saying he may have been on medication.
Who, the kid that stabbed the kid?
Karmelo Anthony, the one that stabbed the dude. So they said medications that affect the nervous system can cause mood swings. Now we know these things have a lot of side effects where you can want to harm yourself, you can want to harm others, shit like that. So now if we're saying that medication could play a factor in this, I'm willing to take that into consideration. You understand what I'm saying? But let's say that medication wasn't a factor and he just went in there on some bullshit.
Okay, let's say medication, right?
Medication wasn't a factor. He went in there on some bullshit trying to be like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna go in there and you know, agitate these motherfuckers with my presence.
But
I'm gonna agitate them with my presence. And if they say something to me, I'm gonna fucking stab one of these motherfuckers.
Let's say the medication is the factor. Why do you have a knife on you to begin with?
If you're taking medication.
At a track meet. No, you're at a track meet. You're a student that I supposedly you were suspended. Why are you at a school at a track meet with a bang on you?
Good question. I want to bring my man Trap the Don into the conversation. He's a friend to the show.
You know what I mean?
Trap the Don.
Yo, mic check. Can you hear me, Lord?
Yes, sir. I hear you, bro. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
All right. What do you think about this, sir? Karmelo Anthony verdict. Was it fair or unfair in your eyes?
I think the sentencing was unfair.
What kind of sentence do you think he deserved for what he did?
Well, I mean, in a perfect world, if it were up to me, you know, if I was a judge, I'd probably be looking at the minimum probation, you know. So it would be a light sentence if I was the judge.
And why do you say that? What makes you feel that way?
Well, first off, I just want to say that I don't know everything in its entirety about the case. So
I don't think any of us do, but but from what we do know, let's go off of that.
Yeah. So for me, I feel like two things. I feel like Karmelo was railroaded, not by the prosecution, but by his defense. I feel like he didn't have an adequate defense. And I do feel like there could possibly be some type of, on a conspiracy tip, collusion with the defense, the prosecution, and the judge. The judge is retiring at the end of the year. He's gonna try 2 more murder cases before the year is out, and then he's done. So I just feel like, you know, there was a person, a young man that lost his life. We cannot deny that. Like no matter how much sympathy or empathy we feel for Karmelo, there's a young man that lost his life. Me as a parent, I would never want to know what it feels like to have to bury my child or any of my children. So I just felt like it was a slam dunk case for the prosecution because he really didn't have a defense. I'm hearing that there's videotapes that could have been shown in the trial. I'm hearing that there are, you know, a ton of witnesses, probably 20 plus witnesses that didn't really get to give their account as to what happened.
Nor did he give his own account.
Nor did he give his own account.
Now, not to cut you off, but apparently the family, you know, there was like a GoFundMe and they collected upwards of $600,000 from what I understand.
Who, Carmelo's family?
Carmelo's family. And after doing so, they decided to get a public defender.
Come on, bro.
They decided to get a public defender and buy themselves a fucking $900,000 house in a gated community some fucking where.
Can't make this shit up.
Yeah. Now, eventually I heard that they got a lawyer after that or something like that. But this just shows you the nigga shit that goes on with our people. Like, we'll get that money and instead of applying it for what it's supposed to be for, we taking it to now try to, you know,
all out,
live up the lifestyle. Oh, the knife was a multi-tool, Bashara is saying. Okay.
So like one of those Letterman, like one of those
Yeah, it might be like one of those Letterman. It might have a knife on it with also some pliers and a such, different a bottle opener, shit like that.
Is there like any like? What I want to know is like, how old is this kid? First of all, I don't know how old he is.
19.
19. Okay.
Old enough to know.
So like, is there any history of bullying or any of that he needs to have a weapon on him?
Well, they are trying to say that the white boys could have been some bullies. They might have been known for some bullying. I'm not sure if he was aware of that because again, didn't they go to a different school?
Because I'll be honest with you, right? I don't know the whole situation, but based on what you're telling me, he went on the opposite side of the team. He went over there. He had a weapon on him. It almost seems intentional in my eyes. Because if you're going to the opposite side of and now you're telling me these white boys were known bullies, it almost seems premeditated to me that you got to bang on you. Yo, I'm thinking like how a hood niggas thinking. Yo, when I catch these niggas, I'm violating. Oh, yo, they over there. I'm about to go over there, and I'm gonna just wait till they pop off. Wait for a moment for me to do what I'm gonna do. Let's not act like.
I mean,
let's keep it real, bro. Let's not act like we don't know how these little niggas act, bro.
But he's not a hood ninja, though. He's not a hood ninja.
Not hood, but what I'm saying, YNs and YCs. These little young kids today, whether they black, white, Hispanic, these little young kids today are very reckless, bro. Let's keep it real.
I would say that young people in general are reckless.
That's what I said, white.
And I would say this, Karmelo, I will say this, right? His parents, I think his parents definitely made a mistake as far as the legal counsel that they chose. But, the same way that, they look at a criminal when a criminal is going through a trial, they look at the priors to determine the sentence, right? And Karmelo, if we're going to be talking about a reputation, I mean, the kid had a 3.8 GPA. He's on record as saving children from drowning. There have been testimonies from people within his community that he's an outstanding worker. So he's not a child that has, a bad reputation. So
yeah, I didn't know none of this. You see, that's what I'm saying. I'm just basing it off the action. I don't know his history. I don't know his pedigree or anything like that. I'm just going based off why are you at a track meet and you have a weapon on you?
And just to add to the caveat, right? So I live in Arizona, but I'm originally from Greenville, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. And I will say this is going to sound crazy, but it is for a boy in the South, a young boy, especially a teenage boy. It's not unusual for a teenage boy, regardless of race, to have a knife, to have a pocket knife, to have them. It's just one of those things that's almost like a rite of passage. So I had a knife. I had many knives, actually.
I mean, honestly, not to cut you off, I feel like a knife should be like an everyday carry for a grown man. You know what I mean? Like I carry a knife with me all the time. To open boxes or whatever the fuck you need it for. So again, we're thinking about, and now I'm saying as a grown man, but now as a child who's still going to school and all that, high school,
why are you carrying
technically you're not supposed to have weapons and shit like that on school grounds. I mean, we went to school in New York City back in the days, and we probably was some of the first places to have metal detectors at school and shit like that. You know what I mean? And that started in the inner cities, and it made its way up to Westchester and all of that, where we was at, to where, once you get to high school, certain places, you got to go through metal detectors and shit like that. So obviously school is a place where they didn't necessarily want weapons, even if it is something that you might do outside of school. You see what I'm saying? I don't think that he should have necessarily had a weapon on him there. And then this whole thing about being in the opposing team's area or whatever the case may be. That seems like he was on some bullshit. Do you know what I mean?
Just to kind of respond to that, Lord J, like I don't think when anyone's given their opinion about why he was over there, I don't necessarily think anybody is wrong with what they have to say. But I will say that I ran track, high school, college. Sometimes the weather's sometimes the weather, depending on where you are, it gets bad. And I don't recall ever. I've been under other tents with other teammates and all of this kind of different schools and all. Nothing ever happened. But they saying that it was pouring rain, and they're saying that it was a tornado watch as well. So we don't. I could imagine just the chaos, what's going on with all of the kids, all of the coaches, everybody trying to.
See, hang on. This shit is getting crazier by the minute. Like you see all these extra caveats. Like now I didn't hear nothing about no tornado watch and all this other shit. Like to really, these extra details right now that either have been left out purposely or or are getting added in. I don't know. Like, what I mean? But like,
and this is why I say that Karmelo was railroaded by his defense, because there's so much more that could have been added to his story. From the time that he left wherever he was and then went under the tent, and then the incident happened, and now Austin is passed away. There's so much that wasn't told. There's so much testimony, so many witnesses that didn't really get to give their true account. That you have there's a lot of witnesses, that said that Austin was the one that instigated the situation in a way that it didn't have to be. Well, I'm sorry, say that.
White boy? Austin is a white boy?
Okay. Yeah. And and even if he instigated it, I'm not saying that he deserved the outcome that happened, but there's a lot that just I would think that if you're a judge, that you would want to bring all the stops out in the case to have the best possible outcome. And I think that there's so much speculation on the case because it wasn't televised. Like why wasn't it televised? It wasn't a federal trial.
Why isn't there footage of this either? Like they were on a school campus, right? Well, I mean, there's cameras everywhere now. We should have fucking footage of this. We should have seen this or something.
At least somebody would have pulled their phone out to record.
Something.
Right.
Like,
None of that.
Where is that at?
And this would have been on the defense to
it's a little
be
strange.
Like,
this sounds a little strange to me.
Exactly. That's so it's a lot of BS. It's just a lot of empty holes. And
somebody said Karmelo was not invited. He was welcomed, dapped up by one kid. Then Karmelo made himself unwelcome in less than 4 minutes. Now, I don't know how he made himself unwelcome.
What did he do to make himself unwelcome?
Right.
Exactly.
They said there's footage, but the court and police are not releasing to the public. You have to put in a request. Okay. So people saying there is footage. The people who seen the footage said he is innocent.
Even Jeff Metcalf, Austin Metcalf's dad, said that there's footage.
Hold on. The kid father said there is footage?
Yes.
Of the actual fight or the fight stabbing?
Of the stabbing. Of the whole incident that took place. He said it in a news interview. This was weeks before, I think a couple weeks before the trial started.
I gotta see this footage. I need to see this footage.
So part of a question that I'm asking in my mind is, okay, I'm hearing all these things. what is it about the pussification of our new generation that the first thing you do is pull out a knife? Like that's supposed to be the last thing you do. Like, you're supposed to fight first. Then if you get your ass whooped, then maybe I pull out my fucking knife and be like, fuck that, I'm not taking an L type of shit.
Depending on the degree of the ass whooping.
Right. Depending on the degree of it. Like, yo, he trying to beat me to kill me. I got to get this nigga off me. Let me get to my knife type of shit.
If you get your ass whooped and you get an eye jammy, you shouldn't stab nobody for an eye jammy.
Why would that be the first thing you do? And even if you did pull the knife out, I mean, I know some people that would pull it out and be like, yo, you better back the fuck up. You know what I mean? Before I start, like, sounds like he pulled this shit out and just got to poking. Like, you know what I mean? Like, again, I haven't seen the footage. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, this is part of the how we not teaching ourselves. We're not teaching our seeds self-defense, but we're also not teaching them emotional intelligence. Right.
And
like,
Lord,
I think a lot of more emotional intelligence could have been used in this situation in order to not even have to worry about, oh, he got railroaded. If he would have been thinking the right shit in the first place, we wouldn't even been here to have to worry about if it was a foul judge or a bad lawyer and all this other shit. Yes?
Right. No, I agree. And, you know, Lord J, I've had a couple. So while before the trial and while the trial was going on, I never really had any discussions with anybody because it was just too much hearsay and obviously way too much speculation. And I finally started speaking on this trial and this situation after the fact when we have more information, we got a verdict. And I agree with you. In one of the recent panel discussion I was on, I said one of the things there's two cases in my lifetime that have changed the game tremendously. Number one, Trayvon Martin. And I say that because that's the first time I ever heard of stand your ground. Before Trayvon, I never heard of stand your ground. People don't understand that the stand your ground laws are only 21 years old. Those laws were invented in 2005. The second case is this Karmelo case, because now even myself as a grown man, as I just sat down and I thought about the case, I said, I need to really look and see what self-defense really is. And so speaking with lawyers and hearing lawyers, they gave me this facts, right? When it comes to self-defense, if you have a knife and they don't have a knife, that's going to be a hard self-defense case to prove.
Right.
Because they don't have one and you have one. It has to be, the force has to be there.
Equal force.
Right. Now, stand your ground. And obviously there's a little bit more to it, but stand your ground is more of a situation where you're in imminent danger. That's the word that they use. Imminent threat, imminent danger. And once you stabilize the threat, do you have the right to retreat? Because if you don't retreat, it's going to make it look intentional. So, you know, I just think that, like you were saying, like we just really have to educate on what self-defense and stand your ground really are, because after this case is, you know, it's one of them ones, man, where you think you know.
Not to cut you off, do we know where in the body this guy was stabbed at? Where did he stab him?
The sternum.
The sternum is like,
it's like kind of like
right here, like that area. And
they were saying, and like coroners and health officials were saying, there's a possibility that Austin could have lived, but it just so happened that it's a rarity that he actually died being stabbed where he was stabbed. A lot of health officials are saying that he could have lived, because that people don't realize that's a tough
Well, there's a lot of hard shit right
Yeah,
here. You know what I
that
mean?
chest plate right
That
there.
knife must have went right in that perfect place that it just kind of like,
Right.
'cause it's like almost a breastplate right here. If you think about
Right.
it, where your
You got like
sternum
that
and all
chest
that.
plate that they gotta.
Right. That shit might have went right between some shit perfectly. I don't know.
Jay, like you were saying, I just think that this younger generation, they need to have a little more self control, and they need to learn how to like control their emotion, bro. That's what I think. I think they need to control their emotion because a regular fist fight, should never end up with you having to body somebody.
Now, here's what I see a lot of people with this whole Carmelo Anthony, they're comparing it to a lot of other, like you said, stand your ground. What was that dude with the Trayvon Martin? Who was the white boy?
Zimmerman.
Zimmerman, yeah, Zimmerman. And they're showing all these other white boys who got off in so-called self-defense cases. And then they're trying to, people almost like, well, how come they got off? But he didn't get off. And he didn't get off because he's black, and
Reflection for the connection.
It's like, is it that?
Yeah.
Or is it a combination of things? Because when we took, these guys probably had better lawyers and shit too. Zimmerman testified in his own defense. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
This guy didn't do that. Matter of fact, most of those people that they show you, these white boys that have these self-defense claims,
they take the stand.
They take the stand. You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck? Like, what the fuck happened here? Like something, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Let's not forget, even Kyle Rittenhouse took the stand and put on that bozo of a show, with him crying and tearing up and all of that.
Yeah.
So
listen,
yeah.
At the end of the day, it's tragic all around. You know what I mean? The white boy lost his life. His family is mourning over that. This young man, Karmelo Anthony, has basically lost his life because 30 years, once you go to jail, everybody knows, especially in the hood, when you go to jail for that long, it's like you're dead.
Fact.
It's like you're dead. Only certain people is going to really write you or come visit you and all of that. Out of sight, out of mind. So it's for the next 30 years.
Or life?
Now he got 30 years. But I think he can get out in like half of that, right?
Something like that. He still has a chance. He's 19 years old.
He can get out in like 17 or some shit like that.
Yeah, he'll do like 15
it could have been worse.
Years.
It could have been worse. It could have had 30 to life type of shit. So
you could have caught an L.
Trust me. But what I'm saying is he's going to be effectively dead to the world too. You see what I'm saying? When you go to jail, it's like you dead, man. You know what I mean? So you got two people that's dead, really, like from some bullshit. Like y'all was at a track meet. Like, what the fuck? How do we get here? Like, I was at a track meet. And yes, and let's play, God's advocate on both sides, because I don't like to play devil's advocate. But, on the other side, what was so fucking horrible about him being in their fucking tent? Like, you know what I mean? Like, part of me feels like, yeah, he shouldn't have fucking been there. But then, who's he really fucking hurting by being there? It's just like going back to the fucking Knicks bullying the Spurs fans and shit like that. That's not fucking right. Like, and that's my fucking team is the Knicks. But I don't agree with that fucking shit. You see what I'm saying? So, and if a Spurs fan want to sit on the Knicks side, oh, well, we're not going to do nothing to him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let that motherfucker sit there. Let him fucking, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Right. And my mom, I was raised by my grandparents, but my mom, she would tell me certain things. She would always tell me, being a young boy or whatever, because, parents ain't got time to be sitting up at no school and, doing all this kind of stuff. She would say, don't start nothing and it won't be nothing. She would tell me certain things. So like, I know that Carmelo did what he did, but I do think that the other side of the coin, I guess the bully aspect of whatever, is like you don't. It's kind of like what you were saying, like, yo, you a Knicks fan, but you don't own Madison Square Garden. The Spurs are guests here.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You treat your guests a certain kind of way, with respect, nice.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Austin didn't have the right to tell Carmelo, you don't own the tent, Austin. This is not your team. This is not your facility.
Right.
So, hey.
At the same time,
yeah,
he didn't deserve to die for that
He-
either.
I don't agree with that.
I just, I'm at a place where I want us to just deal with whatever the real facts are.
Right.
And not be swayed by the media wanting us to get it emotional because one kid is black and the other one is white. Whoever was in the wrong is in the wrong. Whoever, you see what I'm saying? That's the type of shit, how we got to look at this shit more objectively, because a lot of time, 9 times out of 10, they're trying to play on our emotions. They're trying to pull the race card and, oh, see, this is the systemic racism. And a lot of times, if we keep it real with ourselves, a lot of shit that they call, that we call out as systemic racism is us as black people not living up to the standards that we need to live up to as people in society, as human beings. You know what I mean? We got to stop fucking crying. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they're following me around the fucking department store. That's because mad YNs came in here and stole shit. That's why. Not just because you're black, because a bunch of black people came in here and stole. That's what the fuck happened. Like, and so let's just fucking stop all of this. It's always a racial thing. Because it's not always a racial thing. Although it is a racial thing, sometimes it is, but not always. And that's all I'm trying to say.
And Lord J, I just want to say this too. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm human, and I always want the best for black people. I want the best for people, period. Right. So yeah, at first when I heard that verdict, the first thing that did go through my mind was, okay, they found an opportunity to, put another black man in the system, and they did that. But then at the same time, when you do look at the case, and then you look at the prosecution, and then you look at the defense, and then you just really study that defense, it really does become more and more and more and more about his defense. And it actually becomes less and less and less and less about color. You know what I'm saying? So I would just urge, I know that everybody, this is a very emotional case for a lot of people, but, I would just urge everybody just to sit down and look at what was presented and then look at what was the defense against that. And you going to be like, yo, this dude didn't have a chance. That's why the trial was 7 days. I've never seen a first degree a trial in 7 days. For me, right, I feel like this trial should have been at least 30, 60 days, at least, with all the witness and testimony.
Should have been a few months.
Yeah. Like
Jay said, his family was too busy shopping for a new house.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday were the closing arguments. I mean, technically,
what state did this happen in?
Texas.
Right.
And who has court on a Saturday? I mean, that typically most trials, especially if it's televised. Exactly.
Monday through Friday. Now you do got weekend court though, but not for no trials.
Yeah, right. I never heard that. Court on a Saturday for something that.
Now there's weekend courts. There's Saturday and Sunday court, but not for no trials.
I never heard of no shit like that.
Yeah, they got weekend courts. Yeah, you can go to like Central Bookings out here in Brooklyn. Like you can go to weekend court, like Sunday, Saturday, but not. That's just like, just to get arraigned and stuff like that. Not for no trial. I've never heard any like trial on the weekends.
Yeah, and Lord J, I seen an interview with the judge, and I feel like the judge is lying a little bit. He said that this was the longest case that he ever prepped for. Said it took him 8 months to prep for the case, yet at the same time, he had no idea the magnitude of the case in the public and on social media. That to me, that doesn't coincide. Like he's speaking about this case as if this was the case of his career. But he says he didn't understand how much of an outrage the verdict would cause. So I mean, I just listen to what I hear and I'm like, something doesn't sound right. I don't know everything, but something doesn't sound right. How do you not understand that the size of the publicity of this case, but yet it takes you 8 months to prepare for it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, one thing's for sure. This whole case has sullied the name of Karmelo Anthony because the real Karmelo Anthony, you know, as soon as you say this name, you was confused at first, Giovanni. You're like, who the fuck are we talking about? Like,
bro, when I heard 30 years Karmelo Anthony, I'm like, what the hell?
Right, exactly.
What did he do? Like,
exactly. So
crazy.
He's been inadvertently, you know, it's funny that he would have a name like that too. Like, what is kind of the odds of that he would have such a famous name? Because it did help propel this case. His name
most definitely
gave this case some legs because everybody, Karmelo Anthony, what? No, not the internet, not that Karmelo, but you know what I mean? Right. Well, listen, man, you know, I hope more of the facts come out. I mean, he does have a chance to appeal this, right?
Yes.
So listen, if there's any faith in justice and we truly believe that this kid, you know, doesn't deserve the time that he got, once we get all the facts or more of the facts, because I'm not really sure what to think right now about this, to be honest.
I think they should have gave him manslaughter instead of first-degree murder.
I'm more in favor of that.
I could see that. And manslaughter, what? You could do like 7 years for manslaughter, right? Some shit like that.
Yeah, they should have gave him like manslaughter because isn't like manslaughter, like I'm not too familiar with the laws, like with the penal codes and stuff like that, but isn't manslaughter like you end up killing somebody in an aggravated situation opposed to...
Wait, hang on. I feel like I'm remembering seeing something where the judge maybe was playing golf, had played previously golf with Austin's father. Did y'all see that?
See,
I didn't see that, but I heard that.
I think I saw a picture, and it was of the judge, maybe the lawyer or the DA, the judge, and Austin's father were at like some golf event or some shit like this, you know, maybe a few years ago. So he already knew this guy's father. So that should kind of be a conflict of interest, I would think, right? Like, if you know this motherfucker, so I could see him maybe get, you know, if that's your boy, let me get this motherfucker extra time because that's my boy type of shit. Like,
right. And that's something that the defense also could have, you know, brought up in the trial. You know, hey, there's a suspected relationship between, you know, the dad of Austin and the judge, you know, like, and see, like that again, that this is all on the like there's so much that you could add into the Karmelo story that just was not there, just wasn't there at all. Just wasn't there.
So
who do you blame for that though?
One person is saying the jury had the option for manslaughter and they chose murder. Then somebody else is saying the picture was not of the father with the judge and DA. That was just a group of white friends. Another lie. You see what I'm saying? Now, okay, so now this kind of just speaks to the times that we're in, where, especially with this AI and all this type of shit, you don't know what to fucking believe sometimes. What is true? What is fake? I swear, I just saw a picture yesterday of Nas and Mary J. Blige, and they had them kissing, and they was acting like they was a new couple. And for a minute, it was like, oh shit, is that real? And then you go into the comments, and everybody's like, this is AI. And it's just like, the devil's job is to confuse and to deceive.
These things are intentionally done, though.
I know they're intentionally done, but what I'm saying is there's going to be all kinds of bullshit that you now have to sift through, and just to try to determine, is this even real? What information? Because they're going to mix. The best way to lie is to mix in truth with it. You understand what I'm saying? So when you mix truth with falsehood, it makes the falsehood sound really good. So what I'm saying is, in real cases like this, they're going to start inserting pictures and things that we think is evident. But well, hang on, I saw a picture of this guy stabbing him, or I saw a video, and it's not even going to be type of shit. And now you're going to have to question the whole fucking thing. Like, you can never judge a book by its fucking cover. And then when you even open the fucking book, you still can't be sure, because you got to, who's the author? Who's the author? So it's like all this information. We got a bunch of people in here. No, that's a lie. This is a lie. How the fuck do any of us really know?
Right.
How do any of us really know if we wasn't there? All of us is taking this shit on face value right now.
That's why I want to speak on it.
What people are telling us.
That's why I didn't want to speak on it before, because I'm like, because I was hearing that. I'm like, yo, this person and this. I'm like, I'm gonna just sit back and wait till everything is done, man. Because it was just too much speculation. And like I said, if the judge would have just allowed this trial to be televised, a lot of our questions would be answered. Like the level of ridicule would not be where it is right now with this case. That's how I feel like it. Like, and then after the fact, the judge is going to say, well, I wish I would have tell it. Come on, man.
You. Uh-oh. Oh, we lost you for a sec, Trap.
Oh, wait. Can you hear me, Lord?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. My bad. I don't know what happened.
And
I think my internet is kind of acting crazy.
Yeah. Well, listen, I appreciate you adding on to the conversation. I think you brought valuable perspective to this conversation. Yeah. We're going to see what happens, man. We're going to see what happens. End of the day, we all need to make sure we're making the right choices out here and not putting ourselves in positions that can unnecessarily lead to our downfall. Huh?
Yeah. And I just want to say this too, Lord J. Like Gio was asking the question, who would I necessarily blame for the defense of everything left out? And as much as I hate to say it, a lot of the blame is going to have to go on the parents for not really going all out to get the best lawyers that money could buy. So, yeah, man, you got to your kids or a loved one gets into some legal trouble. We had thank goodness we have ways we can raise funds now. If what everybody was saying is true about the family buying houses and stuff like that, like, can't do that. Like, you gotta spend that money where it needs to be spent, man, because your freedom is priceless, man. Your freedom is everything.
Well, some say they did it because they were getting death threats and they needed to go in a gated community to protect themselves,
Yeah.
All right. We'll see. But listen, I appreciate you, Trap the Dawn, as usual. And,
Yes, sir.
I will be seeing you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I'll be in the chat.
No doubt. God Level 44. Thank you, my brother. He said defense argued Anthony acted in a split second of fear. After being physically confronted, prosecutors argued he intentionally provoked the encounter. And I think that's the crux of both sides. You know, one is saying, listen, he was defending himself in a split moment of fear, and the other saying, no, he intentionally went over there to start some shit, and it led to the tragic death. Listen, wherever I go, wherever the truth leads me. You see what I'm saying? I told you that before. So if the truth comes out that, you know, he really was defending himself and he wasn't on no bullshit, fine. Then I think he, you know, that decision needs to get turned over. If it turns out that he was being an asshole and he was going in there to start some trouble and, you know, the shit ended up going too far, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? I really don't know. But let's move on. Now, before we get to this last topic, there's a couple things I wanted to address. Suck your mother's dick, bitch. Couple things I wanted to address. So, a lot of people saw this recent video that I did with it was me against 6 new school hip hop fans. And, you know, basically I was standing on that my era was better than this era. You know what I mean? And a lot of people seem to enjoy, you know, that video. I think they liked the way I handled those kids. Yeah. I had fun doing it, I guess. It was a little frustrating at times because, you know, a lot of them motherfuckers seemed like they was just trying to argue for argue's sake. Like they didn't even really have good points or anything like that. But it was fun. Shout out to my man, Danny. Yeah, go check out The Quiet Part Out Loud is his channel. And yeah, you'll see Lord Jamar takes on 6 new school fans or whatever the case may be. Now, another thing that recently, I don't know if it's necessarily viral, but there was a couple of interviews that I did, one with The Quiet Part Out Loud and one with Vlad. And the topic of Stove God Cooks came up, right? Now, I just wanted to add this as I don't know if a disclaimer it would be called, but I just wanted people to know that when I first started dealing with Aaron Cooks is the name that I gave him. His persona was to be a conscious rapper. His persona was supposed to be a guy that was coming out of the street and was moving towards consciousness. That's why I was fucking with him. I know a lot of people's like, Why would Lord Jamar fuck with a coke rapper? I wouldn't. I wouldn't fuck with a coke rapper. And I specifically told him, I said, you know, if all you rapped about was the coke shit, that I wouldn't be fucking with you, right? Yeah, I know, of course. Right. So the reason why he raps all about coke and all that type of shit now is because he don't have Big Bro around. Okay? And he saw a lane for himself, like, fuck that positive shit. Let me just do this West Side Gun type of shit, and that's gonna be my lane. So somebody said he raps about Coca-Cola. So I just wanted to put that out there, that I didn't want y'all to think that I was out here trying to promote some sort of coke rapper. Because y'all know what I'm about. Y'all know the type of shit I be on. And I know for a lot of y'all was like, that shit don't make sense. Like this whole Stove God shit, first of all, I think that's a stupid fucking name. All right, let's put it out there. Stove God. That shit sounds stupid as fuck. Like, I named him Aaron Cooks because that sounds like a real name. His real first name is Aaron. He's half white, half black. So the Aaron is for the white kids, and the Cooks was for the black people. You know what I mean? Like, Aaron sound like the white name. Cooks is like a black name. Put that shit together, Aaron Cooks. But he want to be, once he start fucking with me, he want to be Stove God. So all I'm saying is, I would have never in a million years been trying to promote somebody named Stove God who only rapped about cooking up crack and selling keys and all this stupid shit.
Jay, you can't be out here promoting drugs, man.
You're right. I can't. Because I'm not on that shit. I'm not out here trying to destroy my community through pharmaceutical sales. That's not my bag.
When you met him, that's what the type of time he was on, though?
You said what?
When you first met him, that's what he was rapping about when you first met him?
He was rapping about chakras and, you know what I mean? Conscious shit. But he was also rhyming about street shit, coke shit. But he was making it, the way he was doing it, it wasn't so much trying to glorify the street shit. You see what I'm saying? Some of it was cautious, but it was more about, because you got to come to the people as the people. You understand what I'm saying? You can't come to the people in a way where they don't resonate with you. So as a young kid, he's younger and all of that. He had that street shit in there. That's what some of these young motherfuckers want to hear. So you got to mix the medicine with the candy. You know what I mean? And that's what the formula was originally. So yes, he was talking about whipping and cooking up. That's why his last name was Cooks. But it was supposed to be the mental journey of somebody coming from the streets, coming out of the streets into consciousness. That's the journey that we were supposed to take the people on. So the first one was supposed to be a little more street with the consciousness. And then the next one, as we go on, we get more conscious and move away from the street shit. That was the plan. But he saw an avenue to just, oh yeah, that coke shit is popping right now. Let me just stick there. Fuck this conscious shit. I don't even run with Lord Jamar no more. I don't need to fucking talk this conscious shit. He was the only one. Yeah. He was the only one pressuring me to be conscious and shit. Like, fuck, he ain't around no more. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. So That's what that was. And I just wanted to clarify that because I've seen in some comments where some people was like, why the fuck Lord Jamar promoting a Coke rapper anyway? Like, you know what I mean? And I just want y'all to know I wasn't promoting a Coke rapper. So that's that. So now before we get out of here, last topic, I want to say shout out to Papoose because I think he started this. Papoose was 1,000% right. Chopped cheese is not a New York fucking staple.
No. Beef patty and cocoa bread.
Chopped cheese is an internet thing that only recently came into play. If you grew up in New York, in the 5 boroughs of New York, or its immediate outskirts, nobody even heard of a chopped cheese.
I still don't even know what the hell that shit is.
No one even heard of a chopped cheese until
2 years
5
ago.
years ago, maybe. Like, I'm not sure how long that shit has been out, but it ain't been out that long.
What is it? What's a chopped cheese?
Chopped cheese is basically a cheeseburger that's chopped up with cheese in it, but they put it on like a hero bread or some shit like that, I think. You know what I mean? Like, so it's basically a chopped up cheeseburger on hero.
So it's like a cheeseburger, Philly cheesesteak type shit, right?
Right. Shout out to the God Body Rafi. Thank you, my brother. Said knowledge God, which is today's mathematics. Knowledge God, all being born to build. Well, he said destroy, rebuild. God is always building, Lord. True indeed. Yes, we build, destroy, and build again. Thank you, God Body Rafi. I appreciate you, guy. Yes, so beef patty and cocoa bread would be more universal than some goddamn chopped cheese.
I would say beef patty and cocoa bread
or
bacon, egg, and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese. Exactly. And I didn't want to say bacon, egg, and cheese first because, you know, a lot of people's bacon is swine, but a lot of people in New York eat beef bacon or turkey bacon.
Yeah, I do turkey bacon.
So in New York, those would be the two staples.
Facts.
Beef patty with cocoa bread or a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Facts.
Nobody heard of no motherfucking chopped cheese. I don't know who started this shit. Maybe I think it was an uptown thing. I think it was a high school uptown thing.
No,
I think it might have started uptown.
You know who started that chopped cheese shit? That
Who?
Arab dude. The dude who be on Instagram and we rank it up with a Coke. You know that dude on Instagram, that Arab dude from uptown?
I'm not sure.
They be coming, like, dudes go to him and they, yo, Ak, let me get a chopped cheese. And they walk and they'll give him like a bag of chips. They'll give him shit and he'll chop shit up, put it in the cocoa bread. He the one who started that shit. It's like a viral shit on Instagram.
So
it's not a real.
So Big Lee said, I remember when I was living in Queensbridge, 2005, 2006 was when I first had heard of a chopped cheese.
I never heard of that.
I never heard of it back then.
Never heard of it.
I never heard of it back then. This is super new for me.
Yeah,
super new. But all of a sudden, every chopped cheese. Let me get a chopped cheese. You seeing chopped cheese all on the internet. And I'm like, chopped cheese? Chopped cheese?
Yeah.
like, nigga, shit, a motherfucking turkey and cheese is more New York than a goddamn chopped cheese, if you ask me. Like chopped cheese? Or, yes, somebody said a beef patty or a slice. How about a slice?
Pat.
How about just a regular slice of pizza is way more New York than a motherfucking chopped cheese. We've been doing the slices. We've been doing the beef patties. We've been doing the bacon, egg, and cheese. Chopped cheese? Now, that's what I heard. I heard it started in Harlem. Somebody said, no, chopped cheese started in Harlem. 2nd Ave, East Side is where it started. Facts. Hey, I could believe that. God Level said, nah, chopped cheese was around in the early 2000s. Just wasn't as popular as bacon, egg, and cheese or beef patty. You're goddamn right it wasn't. So, again, it might have been around. You know what I mean? It might have been around. But, nigga, that ain't no New York staple. You know what I mean? That might be a certain area fucked with chopped cheese. But you ain't gonna tell me the whole 5 boroughs was fucking with chopped cheese, bro. Yeah, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. Oh, there go. Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
So yeah, so this is my brother God Level. He used to be, you remember God Level? He was one of the interns at the Black Lady Theater and shit, my man, with the dreads and shit.
Oh, okay.
The camera dudes. He said that chopped cheese was around in the early 2000s, but it just wasn't popular like that. And I'm like, okay, maybe it was around. What I'm saying is, it's not a fucking New York staple. Like it might have been a staple in somebody's area, maybe one borough or a certain area of a borough. But you're not gonna tell me Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island was eating chopped cheese. No.
I was born and raised in Brooklyn. I was born and raised in Brooklyn. I've never heard of a chopped cheese at no corner store. Anytime you went to the Ock, the Ock had the beef patty and cocoa bread, or you would go to the Jamaican spot, get beef patty and cocoa bread, or if you wanted a bacon, egg, and cheese. I never heard of a chopped cheese ever in my life until a few years ago.
Even a bagel with cream cheese is more fucking New York.
Or butter bagel. Or butter bagel.
Or butter with cream cheese we used to get. You know what I mean?
You know what? Not only that, you could be able to, another one that was famous, cream cheese and jelly on a bagel.
Yes. That was like some before school type of shit. Like you might eat that shit going to school type of shit. Hell yeah.
Most definitely.
Get you a little coffee, little cream cheese with the bagel and the jelly. Hell fucking yeah.
Say that.
Come on, man.
I never heard
That's
of a chopped
New York
cheese.
shit right there. Yeah. Oh, buttered roll. Oh, no. Buttered roll.
I told you the butter roll.
The buttered roll. Come on, B. All of these things. Hold up. All of these things that we are naming right now puts chopped cheese way down on the list. Like all of these things come way before fucking chopped cheese.
Never heard of chopped cheese.
Goddamn New York. How the hell did chopped cheese jump the line? I don't fucking understand.
Bro, that's some internet shit.
This is some internet shit. Oh, hang on. Shout out to Godbody Raffy once again. Thank you, King. He said, love the hip hop science you dropped on the babies, G. Keep doing those. Okay. Somebody asked me, would it be an ongoing thing? I'm like, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because Homeboy had me do that on his channel. Now, shit, I got cameras. I could always do my own like those. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe get better guests. I don't know. If y'all was fucking with it like that, I'm open to doing it. You know what I mean? I'm open to doing it some more.
Remember, I asked you earlier if that's something you're going to be doing.
You definitely did ask me that. But thank you, Godbody Raffy. But yeah, man.
Chopped cheese is not no New York.
Chopped cheese is not no New York shit. So please.
Most people you hear talk about chopped cheese that I hear talk about chopped cheese is usually like younger kids.
Yes, they're YNs. It's all the
like
YNs.
Young dudes.
That's their shit. Let me get the chopped cheese.
Yeah.
Let me get a chopped cheese.
And I don't even think every corner store around here makes that shit. I think certain neighborhoods you got to go to get it. Like, you're not getting it out here. I don't know. I've never heard of chopped cheese, bro. Never heard of it.
Right. Well, yeah, I just really wanted to address that. You know what I mean? Because Papoose is the first one that I saw bring this shit up. And I just wanted to say, you know what? God damn it, he's right. He's right. All these fuckers with this chopped cheese shit was really getting on my nerves. Because I was like, because the way they was talking about it, it's like, what did I miss? Like, I know I'm a real New York motherfucker. Where did this chopped cheese shit come from? Like, you know what I mean?
You ever had one? Did you eat? You ever had one?
Yo, I might have tried one time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but recently, like, bro,
good?
it wasn't all that. It wasn't all that. Like, maybe y'all gotta tell me the ill chopped cheese spot, like that got the illest chopped cheese. But the shit I tried, again, it's a fucking burger chopped up. Like, it's a chopped up burger.
So it just tastes like a regular cheeseburger with cheese?
Just chopped up, bro. Like, I don't see, like, it's just chopped up and put it on hero bread. You know what I mean? Or what some of y'all might call a wedge. I don't know what we call them heroes in New York.
Yeah, we call them a hero. Some of them, you might say a hoagie.
Yeah, a hoagie. That's what y'all would call it, baby. A hoagie bread. You know what I mean?
Chopped cheese hoagie.
Yeah, it's just a burger. It's a burger, but they just chop it up. Like, I don't know. Maybe it was for a nigga who had bad teeth. And hey, chop that up for me before we even put that on. Chop that shit up.
You know my teeth.
I got a little trouble biting in this thing. Could you chop that up for me?
You know my gates is missing.
Yeah, you know I need something a little softer. Could you chop that up for me, please?
Yeah. I feel like I've seen what it looked like. I just never knew what it was. It just, to me, it looked like dog food. I'm going to keep it real with you.
Doc Wilson said all the ox are from Yemen. They must have brought the recipe with them. I don't know. I think somebody just told them to do that. And then they all, this is what they like. All right, fuck it. Chop cheese. You know what I mean? Because where was I? Yo, I was in VA and they had chopped cheese, actually. I went to this spot in VA and the store that I went to, it almost looked like some New York shit in there. Like the ox in there looked like they definitely probably had a store up in New York type of shit. This was a couple weeks ago and shit. And them motherfuckers had chopped cheese in there, all kind of shit. I was like, get the fuck out of here. She said, is that something like steak and take? It's something like a chopped up cheeseburger is what it's like. That's all I can say. It's a cheeseburger that's not in a patty. It's just chopped up, you know, like crumbles, I guess, you know, with the cheese in there. I guess you could put onions or whatever the fuck you want in there. You know what I mean?
Like,
maybe some
like
peppers and shit like that. It's a cheeseburger cheesesteak, basically, yeah. And if that's the case, I'd rather have a Philly cheesesteak with some ribeye steak and some good Cooper Sharp.
Bro, I'm still thinking about that spot you took me to.
Which one?
The joint in Philly, Max's.
Oh yeah. Well, Max's is super famous. Like Max's has been in movies and shit like that. Even though we're not going to Max's no more because there's better ones now to go to in Philly. Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. I heard that Skinny Joe joint is fire.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, that some joint called Skinny. I think it's called Skinny Joe's or something like that. I think it's called Skinny Joe's in Philly.
Oh wow, hang on. Shout out to my man Heck 9. He said, peace, God, peace to the GPS fam. Hey, yo, rest in peace to your bro. Got to meet both of y'all brief on Beach Ave through my boy Maintain. Good brothers. That's what's up. Yeah, shout out to my Beach Ave crew up in the Bronx. Shout out to my man Maintain. He was at my brother's service. Yeah, that's what's up, Hack 9. I appreciate you. So yeah, yeah. So I just wanted the record to reflect that. You know, we don't fuck with chopped cheese.
You about to make me go try chopped cheese this week.
Go try one. Fuck it. Go see what it's about. Just see what it's about. Give us your fucking chopped cheese review later and see what you think about it. I feel like I need to get me one from like an ill chopped cheese, like, you know what I mean? Like one that's supposed to really like, nah, this is banging. Like, you know what I mean? Because I feel like one time I even tried to make myself one. You know what I mean? Like, I think I tried to make myself one because I'm a good chef. And again, I don't know, it's just a chopped
cheeseburger.
Chopped up cheeseburger is all the fuck it is.
Yeah,
somebody says Skinny Joe's is fire. There's also Ishkabibbles.
You said fire?
Yeah, somebody said Bryce Hall says Skinny Joe's is fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I heard Skinny Joe's got I heard they shit is OD, bro.
Okay. Well,
it's that dude, what's that dude name, man? Joey Merlino. I think he's like a mob dude.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard he's like an ex-mob boss or something like that who opened up Skinny Joe's. And I heard the shit is fire, bro.
Yeah, somebody said try different spots. They're not the same. You're right. So I went to a different spot last time. I forget the name of it. But yeah, whatchamacallit started to get a bad rap, Max, is they're saying it's a little dirty in there.
It was looking a little, I ain't gonna hold you, it was looking a little funky looking when we went there.
Shelly said you ever cook on the iron. Come on, girl. You think we wasn't making grilled cheeses with the fucking iron? Especially on the road? You take you get the bread, you fucking you put the cheese in between the fucking bread, then you put the bread and the cheese inside a fucking paper bag. Then you put the paper bag on the ironing board and you put the iron over the paper bag, and that's how you fucking make a grilled cheese in a hotel room and all this.
Not a chopped cheese.
No, just a grilled cheese. Grilled cheese with an iron. Yes, I have, Shelly. Hood shit. Okay, we done it all. But listen, we getting ready to get out of here. I wanted to say this Saturday, if you happen to be in the Washington, D.C. area, Brand Nubian will be at the National Hip Hop Museum receiving basically we're going to be inducted into their Hall of Fame, and after which process we will be doing a complete show.
Congrats.
I believe it's free for the people. It's outside. So if you'd like to come on down, Saturday, where is this again? What's the name of this park? Oh, shit. Hang on. Hang on, peoples. Here we go. The Parks at Walter Reed, 6900 Georgia Avenue, Northwest, Washington, D.C. is where we'll be. This Saturday, Brand Nubian, that's Lord Jamar, Grand Poobah, and Sadat X. We will be doing the hits, of course. And if you're a Brand Nubian fan, I suggest you get your ass down there. I might have a few of the box sets with me. And maybe I'll get me, Poobah, and X to sign the box set. And then maybe, just maybe, one of y'all can cop it off of me. Because I ain't giving it away for free,
You
goddamn.
gonna have any other like merch?
I might have a couple of things, a couple of t-shirts, shit like that.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah. But anyway, this Saturday, again, it's the Parks at Walter Reed, 6900 Georgia Avenue Northwest in Washington, D.C. Y'all can go follow. What's your Instagram, Gio, so they can follow you?
Oh, it's my name, Giovon, Giovon.
At Giovon on IG.
Yeah, same thing as my name on the screen. At
Yep.
Giovon, Giovon.
All right.
Definitely gonna let you know later on after I try this chopped cheese.
Right.
I want to try it now.
It's banging, actually.
I feel like you might need to put some barbecue sauce on it or something.
I mean, I guess you got to try it just regular schmegula first in order to know how the shit tastes.
I'm gonna try it. And I'm gonna let you know.
All right, that's what's up. Well, listen, y'all. We about to get out of here. Mo said I might slide through. Okay. You said that's not too far from Howard. That's what's up.
Yeah, I was about to tell you that's right by Howard.
Okay. All right. Well, shit. I hope I see y'all out there. I definitely will see y'all next week. It goes Gio's Instagram is on screen. And yeah. Shout out to everybody that came to my brother's service. Thank you. Love y'all. Oh, hang on. I missed this. Go Gadget. Go Gadget. Go. Thank you. He said, thank you for all you do, King 100. No one can ever discredit your mark on hip hop. 100. I thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Lord knows they tried. Lord knows they try on a daily basis. But they shall never thwart my endeavors. They shall never thwart my endeavors. For I am the God.
Yo, homeboy's a beast.
Who?
That dude that be doing those voices like that?
Yo, bro, I need him to fucking
Yo,
narrate some shit for me, bro.
you need to holla at homeboy. He's a beast.
I really do need to holla at him. I fucks with that guy.
Yo,
I know
bro.
exactly. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Nigga, this nigga sound like Optimus Prime, bro. Like some Lord of the Rings type shit, bro.
Many of you think that, you are gods, but no.
They're gods.
But hear thee.
You almost got it.
I vanquished thee from the fields of death and tremble under thine sword. See, I need some shit. Whatever he's reading, I need to be able to read whatever the fuck he's reading.
Yeah, that nigga's reading.
I'm gonna do one of those for y'all one day.
Yo, do that voice and say chopped cheese.
Give me a chopped cheese, please. On a hero.
With barbecue sauce.
With barbecue sauce. And onions, please. Good night, Shelley. Have it a great night. Until next time, my friends. Dr. Bashara Wilson, I shall see you again, sir. To all my GPS. Oh, uncivilized savage, I didn't see you up in this bitch. Peace to you, God. All right, y'all. I'm out. I'm going to check y'all next time. Y'all be safe. Have a great rest of the week. If you go to that fucking parade tomorrow, please be safe out there. And don't be a dumbass and try to wear somebody else's fucking jersey and thinking you some kind of tough guy, because you will get mangled out there. Not that I approve of it, but they probably still will beat your ass.
Oh, they wrinkling your school
clothes right now. Yeah, they will wrinkle your clothes.
Facts.
So, listen, Gio, appreciate you coming through.
Thanks for having me on, big bro.
Yes, sir. I'll check you out soon, Brody.
Say no more. Peace.
All right, y'all. Everybody that was in the super chat, thank you. God Level, God Body Raffy, Go Gadget. Appreciate y'all. And until next time. Once again, for the God Pod with Lord Jamar, I am Lord Jamar. And I will leave you as I greeted you in peace.